Grand Rising for those of you that are waking up. Good day for those that are already on the way. I'm tired, but Spirit wanted me to get up and share what had come to me right as I was waking up, and the importance of still sharing my journey for some of those. So I'm back here at a friend's house. Mind you, the friends I have, we are friends because we're like-hearted, common souls. We haven't spent like a lot of time together, but we see each other. And over the course of my time here, we've bumped into each other many times, but I've hermited a lot with my spiritual work and with the last relationship and trying to heal that and be friends with my last relationship, what got me in this position. And what they wanted me to share was the other night I had made a post where I had left this friend's house, and Spirit, it's like, hey, don't, it wasn't like, it was weird. It wasn't like, don't overstay your welcome, but Spirit was like, don't ask to stay. And so I was like, okay, let me be on my way, even though it felt very comfortable with her that, there's just those people that will take care of you when they don't even have anything. And then there's those people who have everything and they won't, and, or something and they won't. And whereas my family and friends, and I'm sure people from my past who have watched this, they all know my true spirit and my character, but no one's not even like sent me $5 to help. And the Spirit has told me, I got to see who will really step up and who won't. And I know why that is, because I know when my life shifts and change here and everybody that I'll be able to help, I would have helped everybody. But, there's just certain people Spirit is wanting me to help and invest in. And there's people that do not deserve it, when that time comes. And so in my whole overall journey and my walkabout, well, if you are going to do reform, how do you do reform when you haven't walked in their shoes? And to jump back to that, I've even taken a whip for a music video, but it wasn't just a music video. It was to understand what my ancestors went through and have a deeper appreciation. And so I took 2 whips to have an understanding of that, And here we are in this. Spirit had me go to town, revisit a part of town that I hadn't been in a while, and I did a read. And they told me to stay put and that somebody would be coming through. But it was like somebody or some things, like it was just hazy, All I knew is I needed to stay put, right? And so basically I had a whole night outside on the street and lost a lot of sleep. But I saw like the lowest of the low, right? And I've seen it before, but I had to be, just like I had to go sit in jail at night, I had to go out here and see how the street nightlife is, but like as one of them, not passing by in a car or kind of maybe waiting on somebody for an hour or even 2, like I had to go through the whole night in a shady part of town, and see the darkness. And it was good that I was there, because I saw a guy at one point lurking around this girl who was across the way sleeping, and he kept circling back, and then I kept seeing him thinking about coming my way. And after he'd done the back and forth 3 times, and then I saw him decide on her, I was like, from my distance, which was about maybe 60 feet. I don't know. And maybe a little bit less, but he heard me and he turned and walked away. And it's so, of course, like I had to see that, and I don't even think she saw that coming, because I think she was asleep. So sometimes we're put in places where we are protected, and I felt protected, but it's still, you have your moments. That's kind of like, I had so many people like casing the street, guys, looking like creepy, like trying to figure out if I was a chick or a dude because I had sweats in my hood. But, you know, my physique and being small, right, and having 2 bags, you know, it's something to take too, you know. But there's a lot of sexual predators out there. And I had to see that because I'd seen the girl earlier in my day, and she clearly is a mooch. Like, people strike up conversation like they so friendly with you, but you could tell their questioning technique that they ask people for everything, and they just make a way of it. And I'm like turned off by her because of that, but having sympathy because, you know, one way or another, she in the wrong part of town to. It's one thing to not have the material, but it's another thing to not have the material and not have the consciousness and the I don't know the right thing to say about that. I guess just value for yourself and others too, because she's lowered herself to a way of this way that's like, oh, I want to be your friend, like, hi. And then it's like when she say hi and she says it all nice, like it's like she asks you, oh, how are you doing? And it's like, yeah, I'm doing all right. You know, I'm cool. You know, even though, shit, I have a whole long story. We're not going to get into that shitty, but I'm not going to dump that on you, right, type of thing. And I'm just trying to get in the bathroom, right, the restroom. And then she wants to now just turn and, like low, I try to jump her shit on me as I'm entering the bathroom just because I opened the gate to say, oh, hi, you know, and give her, share a kind exchange of a few words. But that's the thing with people like that. And I saw her work the day that way, the rest of the evening, sorry, that way. But yet I was the one that was there to protect her from somebody lurking around her. So for that, I feel good, but I lost a lot of sleep. Like, I'm tired right now, even though I had it yesterday. But it's crazy because even after I did the video, and the video said some people coming through, my friend who I'm at right now, she, like I said, mother of 4 kids, but she, luckily the fathers are helping her with the kids during her time of schooling. This is my time of spiritual schooling. I'm on my own, not an organization doing the schooling. And so I've acquainted her and a new friend of hers who first night I met her was the first night, you know, out of jail, and she had Rosa Parks on her shirt. And I did a speech in high school in a predominantly white school that was a lot of racism going on in that area back then, on Rosa Parks and the Montgomery bus boycott. And so it was very divinely connected. And I had a read that's in my videos that mentioned I'll be hanging out with 3, you know, a total of 3 of us, and it would be a really good time. And so it's been really healing for all 3 of us, and a Leo and an Aquarius. And it's, even though it's been hard, I needed this type of companionship and healing. And we all don't know each other that well as far as longevity, right? Except the friend that I'm staying at with. I've been bumping to her over my whole time of being on this island. And it started out me making her and her man at the time some tiger's eye bracelet and just sharing it with them, because that's just what I do. If I move to share a bracelet, I would do that. If someone can pay for it, then they pay for it, right? But it's more for protection first. And you don't put a price on protection if you don't have to, right? So there's that. And so I've been acquainted with them, and I guess that turned out to be an investment for me because she's protecting me now, you know? And when I did the video, so I'm like, yeah, someone's supposed to come through. Immediately after I put it up, she was like, how are you? I want to make sure you're okay, like texting me. And I'm like, well, girl, this is, you know, what Spirit told me, so I'm staying put like they told me. And she's like, I want you to know that you're good here. And I needed to hear that. And so thank God, you know. But Spirit said, I didn't have a way to go back, because by the time I could, the bus wasn't running. And I realized I'm here to observe something, or somebody is coming through. And as I luckily the Wi-Fi was still on at this health bar when they left. They left at 8, but the guy was clean until 9, so I still felt like I had company out there on the street. And there across the way was some other businesses that are also everything shut down, but there were some people jamming and older people doing some music, and they had that shut and whatnot. And eventually they shut it down and went home, but it wasn't like completely no one on the street until like when in the 10:30 or so, or midnight, where everybody who was on the street from distances slept. And there wasn't much. It was like a girl and a guy, and then you just see it, traffic every now and then, creepers, tweakers coming through, deciding whether they want to fuck with you or not. And so there was that. And but the point is, I had to see from the tweakers, to this girl that's probably just made all the wrong decisions for herself. And maybe not, I don't know her story, right? But I'm just judging for how she dealt with me. Like, we're not cut from the same cloth. Not at this point in time, at least, because I don't engage in people conversation to figure out how I can use them. And, come in acting like, oh, I'm fine, and then I'm just going to dump all this on you and try to work you for everything that you got, you know what I mean? So it's like, at some point I just told her, like, hey, I need my time to myself before, the hours slid away and she went to sleep and people went to sleep. She just kept trying to figure out how she could come over, a lighter, water, and then she's coming over a third time, and it's the whole energy which she's coming over. And I'm like, listen, I just need to be left alone right now. And so she left, but I still hear her asking the guy, I can't say everybody, but a couple other people for stuff, right? So I saw all that, and I needed to see that. Sometimes we don't understand why spirit takes us through things, and I can make it like, it was like a hellish night for me, because I don't have a bed. At least I had the Wi-Fi. As long as I stayed next to that building, I still had the Wi-Fi, so I could have some entertainment and, get my mind off of some things in the cold. It was fucking cold again, like I was in the jail cell. And, just hold myself tight and get through the night. And so I made it through the night and took the bus back early morning to my friend's house where I'm at here. Bless her soul. And it's always the people who have the least that we help each other the most. And I think I was saying earlier, nobody has so much cared to send me $5. And they know my spirit. They know Val's truthful. They know the people I've dealt with, that, because everybody be like, well, but why do you attract such dark light, And I'm like, dark light, yeah. Darkness seeks light, right? And so that's just what it is. And I'm apparently one of the few that give a dang to really walk in the shoes of other people to find and make change. And sometimes I don't know what that means, walking in people's shoes. That, spirit puts you there. But I know that there'll be great rewards behind it, And the great reward, too, is, getting some change done for people, a lot of people in society, so we don't have all this trauma and drama, because it's really the system that is the way it's designed, in my opinion, that is, it's got people out of their mind and not caring about the next person unless the next person is fulfilling them sexually, or, I don't know, some sort of way that, I don't know, isn't healthy, I would say, for them, the person, or the collective. But it's how people move, and just to get things done this way. And people have lost a lot of trust in just humankind. And yet they wonder why someone like me has the issues that I do with people. It's like, okay, I got more trust in people and belief that people can be better and do better. And people tell me how you can't trust nobody, yet then when something happens to me, it's like you're still scrutinized, even though they know you. You know, not, and I mean more like your family and people that are close to you. And really, I think that's just because they don't want to step up. They're selfish with what they have, you know. And not even a call to be like, how was your time, you know, in jail? Are you good? You know, none of that. But I know when I am where I am, all these people are going to be swinging back around feeling like, hi, you know, and it's like, don't pop up at the concert, hi, because I have security. Maybe get your phone number, and then I may call you and say, this is why we don't associate, and I won't leave you hanging. But at this stage, I know there'll be plenty that, you know, no, I'm not going to invest more energy. So if they stalking and watching now, they'll have their answer, like, because they know Val, and they know Val always receives them, but the Val ain't receiving no more. And all these people that haven't been here at the time, all this time, okay, even when I did have things going good, it's like, you know, they want to be present when you got something good and they can shine with you. But if you're doing good and they don't see the shine around you, they're not trying to be around you. It's really the ego and wanting the fame and fortune, right? Go figure. So just know that sometimes the divine, if you are a spiritual person, you are a healer, you might end up in what feels like the most fucked up circumstance, but you got to go through it to understand if you really want to do the best help for people. You got to go through their shoes, and not because you put a camera on and said, I'm going to do this show and I'm going to show everybody, you know, I'm walking the steps. No, it's like you get put in it. Shock therapy, right? And so all I say is, for those that go through that, welcome to the club. I still am in a position where it's like, now I have to get up and I gotta figure out what's gonna happen with the courts. I don't even understand how it ended up in family court, because we dated for such a short few months before I started seeing what was going on, and then I tried to be friends at her request, you know. And you can stay as long as you want, and we had our good roles, and then these crazy fucking blow-ups that because she wasn't getting what she wanted, which I didn't know she was trying to orchestrate us being back together, you know. But still, I'm like, how did it end up in family court? One way or another, got to go through the steps now this morning and just get to that. And I don't know really where to begin, other than I got to call the probation office at some point, and they're going to and I say that because my phone, I don't have a phone number. I have text messages, but I don't, you know, that stress is on me now, and I have to balance that stress where just got to stay up on it, you know, figure it out. And yeah, so I'll be doing that and just trying to understand this case the best I can, because if I don't have someone come through for me, the divine, you know, normally does. And so that's what I'll be doing today. Sticking around the Wi-Fi, because that's the other thing. You got to be around Wi-Fi so you can't really move forward, you know, with that. And then it's just recovering from that stress and trauma of being put in jail, unrightfully so, right? So that's what I'll be doing today. And I just, much love, and as I say, peace and blessings to you guys that are really out here doing the work of bringing harmony to yourself and to others and your community. And if you ain't doing it to your community, might check yourself, maybe start here with me, you know. We need each other. We're all connected. We need to take care of each other and not take advantage of each other. But just because we need doesn't mean we take advantage of each other. So we all have our times and needs. There's the ups and downs, you know. And we need to handle each other with care, with love, respect, with dignity, you know. And if we find ourselves not doing that with dignity, we need to try to leave room for, not try, we need to make room and for people to grow, you know, up out of it. Not keep shoving them back down. Like my family, we have not dealt in holidays and stuff since I've been gone. And when I was in town and I was the abusive cop, it was snowing. I didn't have transportation, traded my car in for us to get a truck. And when I look back at all that, it's like, she had all the money. Why didn't she have the money? And I didn't even know, because she had a drug problem and she'd been ruining her credit. But she had like $4,000 every month. And I say $4,000 average because it fluctuated between like 38 and 40 something, 45 or something. 100, cleared free of taxes, yet she was sinking financially, and I just didn't see what was going on there. Yeah, and I'm working an average job, okay, and then construction early in my construction, where you started out at $18 an hour, right? And yet I'm like helping us survive, but not seeing it. And why was I going there? Get sidetracked sometimes, so much to say. So I'll just leave it there. But what I was getting at, it was holidays, and I couldn't even get nobody. Everybody wanted me to come, but nobody wanted to pick me up. So I'd pay. It was $50 one way to go be with the family on Christmas, $75 another way. And I was like, you know what? Who really cares about me? They want my energy there, but they don't even want to pick me up to come be with them. That's not family, right? And so, you know, I eventually left my situation, my girlfriend. At that time, we'd been together off and on 7 years trying to make that work, until I realized she had some serious, serious problems. And, you know, a cop, you trust them, right, to take care of you and uphold the law. And when you find out, no, you're like the worst, they be the worst to you. You know, you leave, and then they go through counseling, and you get the confirmation from the family, come back, you know, to Cali. She's been going to counseling, and then you get there, and then just it was a shit show, and I left a month later very scared for my life. And all my family and friends know that, and they trust that. They know that person's energy, and yet, yeah, my own family, just, I'm saying, they don't want help. And so I'm learning who is really family, and it's not the people always that you were born into a family with. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be that way. To me, you're born into a family as an opportunity with a bunch of people that come into the world with battles, right? And if you nurture and take care of each other, you guys can be one hell of a strong unit. But people aren't doing that. I'm not saying nobody. Of course, there's another side of things that people are doing that, but I'm not seeing it. It's not. So I'm happy for those that do get experience that type of support. And I wish you guys so much love and protection, surrounded by people that respect you and value you for who you really are. And I will leave it there. You guys take care.